I am just so excited about this time of year. Going through the winter time is one of the hardest times of my shelter, the Lighthouse home. Debbie, you've been here long enough to know that we are full of addicts and homeless people because it's cold. But there's something about springtime and bringing women in, fresh women. Something about the attitude, the new season and everything. I guess it's just me really still wanting to help out, but a new kind of change. I'm that kind of nature person. And tonight I'm just particularly excited because, you know, we do have a lot of new girls in the house. Debbie, you've been here for how long?
I moved in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been here, would have been 7 years, but I moved out last week.
Oh, good. It's about time. It's about time. But I remember when the very first day you got here, it was one of the days that I struggled with, the first of the month. And when Debbie came from prison, I forgot all about she was going to come here. So she's standing at the door with her paper bag out of prison. And I said, "Who are you?" She said, "Debbie." And I just cried. We just cried together for hours because it was a hard day for me with trying to keep the shelter up. And I didn't try to hide my struggle from her. And we've been buddies ever since. And she said, "You don't have to keep me." I said, "I don't have to keep you. I already have you. You're already in my life. What am I supposed to do, throw you away?" But I'm just so proud of you. I'm just so proud of you. How do you like your new place?
I really like it. This is a lot quieter.
What did the Lighthouse do for you?
It has really, like Vanessa said, I come out of prison. And I didn't know what I was going to do or how I was going to do it. And I found her while I was in prison. And when I first got out, I was quiet and shy. You could barely get a word out of me. She used to have a green chair. You remember that green chair that your dad sitting right there? Right there.
Mm-hmm.
It was sitting there. That's where I sat. Wouldn't hardly speak to nobody. And I was like that for about 6 months.
Yeah.
But it has showed me that I was safe. I could believe in myself again. And that I was worth something. Because when I went to prison, I went for 2 DWIs. And being here and being surrounded by a place that, you know, is willing to help you get back on your feet. And just having the love and support has meant a lot. And like Vanessa said, we have been through a lot. We have seen a lot. We've seen a lot of women come and go. We've seen some women go too early. And we've seen some women, like myself, that stayed longer than what probably I should have. But to me, this was home. This is where I got my life back together. This is where
No more drinking. No more drinking.
It's been December 6th, will be 7 years.
Ooh.
So, you know, at times it can be tough. But you do have somebody here that is willing to work with you. But you got to put the work in too. It can't be just on her. You have to play your part. And I know sometimes she can be tough. Trust me, I know. But it's tough love. It's because she loves you and she wants you to do what's right.
I miss you already. I miss you so much.
I miss you too. You're gonna have to come see my new place. But you know I ain't nothing but a phone call away.
Yeah.
All
Same
you
here,
gotta,
Debbie.
all you gotta do is pick up that phone or text me. I'll be right there. You will always be a part of my life. I would not be here today without you. And that's,
Love you.
I love you too.
Renee don't believe that too.
Yes, I
She ready to go.
Yes, I do.
You do.
Yeah, I believe.
You've
I know
grown
you
so
love us.
much. You have
Yeah,
grown,
I
so I'm so
have.
proud of you.
Yeah, I come a long ways.
Yeah, I've seen her come a long way too.
Yeah, so I've been here, well, July will be a year, so I'm coming up on a year. It don't seem like it, but when I got here, I was just so lonely, so confused, and I wasn't myself. I need to get back to being myself, and Vanessa opened her home to me, and I was just so quiet, and I just didn't feel love. But once I got here, and Vanessa kept talking to me and telling me, you know, take your time, you know, take your meds, take care of you. And then other things would fall in line. So once I started believing that, you know, I was worth the fight,
Yeah.
and believe that, you know, somebody do love me in spite of, I just started going from there day by day, and then I began to look for a job, which was a challenge.
Yeah, it was.
And I was discouraged at some point, but I just kept saying, you know, just hang in there and don't give up. You'll find something. She just kept saying it. So eventually I found a job. I
Yeah.
like it, and hoping that it'll turn to permanent status. But right now it's a temporary assignment. But I like it, and I feel good about myself again.
Yeah. You're doing really
Able to contribute, so that means a lot to me. When I first got here, I didn't have anything but my clothes.
You know, I don't feel bad because I did think that.
Yeah,
I mean,
so,
you know, I think we're all that way when we
Yeah.
first get here.
and this is a loving place. You know, you have different women with different attitudes, but if you pull the goodness out of everybody, then
Yeah. That's what you gotta do.
it is. It's some good in all women here. So I get along with everybody, and if I can help anybody, I will. But it's a joy being here.
And you was in the newspaper.
Oh yeah, I was taking a picture. I think it was around the holidays.
Yeah, it was.
And this is a picture when Vanessa was granted her full
501c. Yeah, we had a nice
501c.
newspaper article.
So,
What's
yeah.
that, 501c?
It's a charitable status where we can ask for donations and grants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
publicly.
Wow.
We have friends that help us, but now we can really ask and
Okay.
ask for a lot of help.
Right.
Yeah, because we need it, don't we?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we do. We do. But we gotta eat.
Yes, right.
Thank you, Renee. I am just so proud of you.
But thank you, Vanessa. Thank you.
How long you've been here? Cherish.
I've probably been here
100 years.
Yeah, right.
Feels like 100 years.
Close to a week now. Yeah. I'm a water bag. I cry easily. I'm very emotional. I'm just very empathetic. I just can really, not sympathetic, but empathetic is a difference. I can really put myself in the person's shoes.
Right.
And your story, Renee, just really touched the depths of my soul. And I knew you were a wonderful, fantastic woman when I first talked to you on the phone, and let alone when I met you and just looked around the house and stuff like that. I got a chance to like get into who you were and your personality, and I'm like, oh, I want to talk to you, I want to get to know you, and everything. And You're a wonderful woman. I see that thus far.
So are you.
Thank you.
So are you.
I'm glad you had a better outlook the first time you talked to her on the phone. I gotta tell you this story. I was in prison, and when my case, I didn't know where I was going, but I knew I didn't want to go back to where I was. So my caseworker had this pamphlet, and it had the Lighthouse there. So she gives the number, and she calls, gives me the phone. Well, Vanessa has a very deep voice.
Not all the time. Not all the time.
Not as bad as she used to, but she's talking, and I'm sitting there saying, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir." And my caseworker taps me on the shoulder and said, "That's a woman." I said, I'm so glad she didn't see me that day.
But you are more than welcome to start over in your life here. You know, there's no special way to act. You just seem to have it, just like the rest of us. You know, a need for a home. You can appreciate it. Like the other day, she called me and she said, "Look at the shower." I mean, she just has things that she wants to help me with. And I looked at that shower, I was like, "Wow, thank you." I had to give her a hug. Because even though it's clean, she went that extra mile to show me that she appreciated being here. And that's why I'm so excited for this new turnaround. Debbie, you may be leaving, the season is over for you, but look what I got! And then there's more, you know. So, yeah, the best is yet to come for you.
I believe that.
It really is. It really
I believe
is.
that.
So why are you homeless?
Well, oh my God, where do I start? Well, I abandoned my apartment back in Tennessee. I love my parents to death, but I was very emotionally and psychologically abused by my mother and grandmother who raised me, and I had my own place, but I had to use their income in order to secure the apartment because my disability from my back didn't cut it. So I was still under their thumb. You know, they would use that and so many other things against me. Not to talk about them or against them, it's just that I couldn't take it anymore. I had been praying to God, the God of my understanding, and I'm like, "Lord, I can't do this anymore. I need to wait out. I can't deal with this anymore." So, you know, I waited for my confirmation and everything that I could go ahead and move or what have you. So I happened to come here because I met a wonderful lady over the phone, conference call, what have you, was religiously based, what have you, and that's how I got to North Carolina in the first place.
Good.
You know, I wanted to leave, and then North Carolina was the city of choice due to her or what have you. So, yeah, that's kind of how I got here, and that's why I'm homeless at this time. But I tell you what, I have learned so much and seen so much for the betterment of myself since being homeless, and it's a very humbling experience. You know. Because at one point in my life, I used to look down on homeless people. You know, I had a good job and stuff like that. But God, from my understanding, He's really humbled me and shown me the other side of life. You know, and I'm thankful for that because it's not good to go around with a prideful, haughty, arrogant spirit.
That's right.
You know, because it may be you today, maybe me tomorrow.
Yes, right.
You know?
It's so
And
true.
so I used to dabble and still have thoughts of wanting to dabble with, you know, marijuana and alcohol and things of that nature. And when I did, you know, I was so addicted and it consumed me. I was a slave to it. And due to Miss Vanessa and the Stepping Stone place outside meetings and everything, it's really helping me to not want to go back there, not want to pick that up. She had to let me know that I was an addict. I didn't even know I was an addict, you know, because I was like, "Oh, I ain't really doing too much no more. I just think about it." But the fact that you think about it, you smell it and you want it, you reminiscing on how great it was when you were smoking, you're a freaking addict. So I thank my Father in heaven for her and helping me to know what that was. But as far as here at this Lighthouse, like, I'm at peace. I'm at utter peace. I mean, I was recently staying in an abandoned house, You know, it was conducive. I fixed it up. You know, I had a mattress. You know, I could was gonna get some gallons of water and
I
bathe in the
did that too.
bathroom.
I did
You
that.
know, wash
Mhm.
my clothes with
That's
me,
right.
had some canned goods and some non-perishable items. I could have survived.
That's right.
No one would have known.
Yeah.
You know, been clean everything. What, hair still done everything, not today, but generally, hair, nails, toes, everything. But God allowed me to come here, and I bless God. I bless God for this lady. I bless God for this lighthouse. I bless God for the women and their stories and testimony and things of that nature. And there's nowhere but up from here.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
so I'm excited for what God has in store for me. And
Mhm.
for you. And us as a whole, individually, it's what's going on.
I'm glad you came in my path. You know, it means so much that you came here and you want to stay one day at a time. You know, and I love your outlook on life. You know, it really is nice. What about you? Doesn't she look like a sweet dumpling?
Yeah.
Oh, but wait till you hear her story.
I don't know. I just been here since Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still shaking the cobwebs out of my head. I was in an apartment for 7 years and lost it due to drugs and alcohol. I knew I was an addict, but you couldn't tell me that because I had a place to stay, you know. Everybody was an addict for me. And then I came up, I got homeless and I started staying with my sister, couldn't stay there. Then started staying with a friend, couldn't stay there because he kept wanting me to lay down with him. I wasn't going to do that. So I told this friend named Wes, and he got in touch with, what is his name, that captain down here?
Oh, Sheriff Bradshaw.
Sheriff Bradshaw down here. And he said, if you ever find somebody, tell them that I got a place that I'll put them if they ever come down here. So that's how I end up here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little nervous, and you know, this starting all over is something, I tell you. But I see this a nice place, and the Lighthouse always been on my heart. So I know it's got to be something, you know, in it for me, or something good in it for me. And I met a lot of nice people. I ain't have three outfits. Now, due to her and Faith, they gave me some clothes and stuff. So and I got some new shoes and stuff. Yeah, from Vanessa. And the people are nice, you know. It's challenging, you know, but life is a challenge. So this is real right here for me. So I like it. It's all right.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm
I am so glad you're here.
Yeah,
I'm just so excited about watching you grow, watching you do something different every day to make yourself stronger. You know what I mean, Renee? Like you did, Debbie. Every day, holding on. Yeah.
And some days it seems like you have to hold on a little bit
A little
longer,
bit
a little bit harder.
longer.
But you know,
Yeah.
For real, you know.
don't never give
No,
up.
we're right.
Don't never give up.
Right.
Because if you give up, you've lost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've lost.
yeah.
That's true.
Some days are a lot harder than other days.
And I know one thing, I got a peace of mind now, because when I was going from place to place, man, I couldn't get no peace. I got some peace right now.
Yeah.
And I thank God for that peace, you know. Now I'm getting understanding with that peace.
And that's what
That's what you just said about your
Yeah.
understanding. You know, your mind is at rest. You can listen.
Yeah.
You can listen more.
when you know you got a place that you can lay down at night and put your head and not worry about it.
Yes, yes,
That's good.
That's
good
a
stuff.
good feeling.
yes, that is.
Good. So if you think of the lighthouse, what do you think of just a regular lighthouse? What does it mean to you? A lighthouse sitting in the ocean.
Coming home. Coming
So-
home.
I mean, well, I kind of forgot, but kind of like a lighthouse, that means like when you see that lighthouse standing up with the lights beaming and kind of doing like this, turning here or there, it lets you know that you're home or you're close to home or you don't have to worry anymore. Like per se, if you were lost
Yeah.
beforehand, you
Yeah.
see that lighthouse as your guide. Like, okay, just follow the light.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
That's
I'm here now. I'm home. So that's
Yeah.
exactly what that is doing for me right now. The lighthouse is my light. You know, God has guided me to the light of this house. And I'm excited.
When I look at the lighthouse, it means that somebody's watching out for me.
Mm.
That's what
That's all right. I like that.
somebody's watching out.
That's nice.
That's all right.
And it's reminding you that you're not in it by yourself.
Because you're a beacon out there now.
Yeah.
And you could be a beacon. If somebody comes in tomorrow, that light that's shining on you, you could be a beacon in the house for them. Because you have the light. You know, Debbie's been a light for many years, you know, and Renee's a light now. Isn't she the light when you walk around? You see her, it's like, wow, she's here, she's calm, she's nice, she's beautiful, she's working. That's the light. Yeah. And that you can watch over some, now you have the conscience, just like Debbie said, to watch over somebody. Yeah. What does that
So-
like mean to you?
You get my job.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I passed it to you.
Yeah, she's a good one. She's just like you, calm.
It means security, no worries, like I said, you know, knowing you got somewhere to stay, feeling safe, and feeling loved. It
Good.
really means a lot.
Well, I thank you for staying because it's people, it's women like you that been here long enough to see the changes. How women can come in here, be disrespectful, and leave, and to know that you're still here through that.
Yeah.
Because you got it. You know that this is a home I struggle to keep for you,
Yeah.
you know? And now we struggle to keep it together, you know?
Exactly.
How's the Lighthouse work? What does it mean to you, the Lighthouse?
I already said it.
You ready to say it? What was it?
I said it means finding myself home.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I was lost out there, drinking and drugging. I was so lost. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to just kill myself. I was gonna kill them people that helped me get put out of my house, and then I was gonna run in front of a bus. That's what I was
You had
going
the
to do.
plan, yeah.
Yeah, I had it all planned out.
Miserable.
I said, I'm gone. I said, I'm through with this.
Suicidal.
Yeah, but when I was in that hospital and I found out about the Lighthouse, I said, I'm going home. I'm going home, y'all. That lady said, it just called the Lighthouse. I said, nah, I'm going home. You don't understand. You don't understand.
Yeah. I couldn't wait to get you either when you got in that car.
Yeah.
We just talk
Yeah,
over
we
each
just
other.
At least she didn't forget you was coming.
Yeah, Debbie came and never left.
Right.
But I just wanted to make sure y'all understood that, you
Yeah,
know,
man.
that it is important that we, wherever you are, you don't have to be in this house, that there's a light in us. You know, just share it. And it could come by a word, or just make sure that you don't think. Just keep an open mind. Somebody standing next to you could be suffering.
And you know another thing I like about this place, it don't like hold a secret. Like if you having a bad day, you just having a bad day. You know, it ain't like they hide. Like you know, you just having a bad day, and we'll get over it. We'll get over it. We pass by each other, we get over it.
When I had breast cancer and both my breasts were removed, I was clean for 5.5 years. And when they removed my breasts, I thought that was all I was, because I had some beautiful ones. So when I lost my breasts, I lost my sense of recovery.
Right.
I didn't know it though. I didn't know I was hurt that much because I was prideful, just like you said. You know, I was like, oh, that doesn't hurt. I'm strong. But I was slowly hurting myself by denying that that's painful. So you do have to have bad days. But I never wanted to show that it was painful.
Yeah.
But I got back on track, and now since I lived in my car. I was homeless. I was sick. But I hustled to make this happen, to buy a house, and I got clean, and this house has been filled with women ever since. Because I know how it is to be hurt and sick
Yes.
and homeless. I know how that feels. And I also know how it feels to act like you're not hurting.
Yeah.
You know, everybody in your life think you're okay.
Yeah.
But at night, when you go in that car, when you go back to the streets, but that's the reality.
That's right.
You know. So when I walk back into the Lighthouse, when I come in here every day, I'm like, oh gosh, I can always remember what it was when I first got here, when I first bought the house. This is how I want it to be. 16 years later,
Praise
you
God.
know,
Praise
women
God.
like you still coming in.
Yeah.
So I love y'all. Thank
Love
you for
you
being
too.
part of my life.